Hello, dreamers, and welcome back. And if you're new, welcome. We love having you here. As I always say at the beginning of my videos, this is a full house. There's four teenagers, two dogs, so there is bound to be noise in the background. Libra. Libra, we need to let go and we need to move on, and you're needing a huge hug. There is this energy of like an emotional turmoil or an emotional breakdown this month. A lot of you are really re you guys are looking at something, and you're looking at the time invested in someone, or the time invested in something that didn't yield anything. um you're starting to see how much something or someone took from you, and what you actually got back in return. What was that exchange? There is a lot of chaotic energy, a lot of commotion. There is a lot of the back and forth with someone. Be very careful about going back into old habits, or reconnecting with certain people that you have been told, or you know that you need to disconnect with. This is a very self-sabotaging energy that I'm picking up when it comes to you guys, Libra. Again, this is coming or stemming from this energy of like really not wanting to let go of someone, or not letting go of a situation fully. um Saying like there is this energy of like wanting to be done with something, but not really being done with it, right? It's kind of like when people say like the hopeless romantics, right? This energy of like people that are constantly going from like one relationship to the next, looking for this like perfect romance or whatever it is. But like the more relationships they're in, the more relationships that end, right? Because they're seeking, or they're looking for something that they should be looking for within themselves first. And that's kind of like the energy that I'm picking up with this, where a lot of you, excuse me, a lot of you are looking for something, that you're only going to be able to find the answer when you go within. But you are instead you are externalizing what it is that is right inside of you, right? Something, it's almost kind of like spirit is like trying to like pinpoint exactly inside of you where it is that this is, right? What it is that you have to address. And you're like, no, it's there. I'm going there. And then you're kind of like shocked when things blow up in your face, because it's like, but I thought it was there. And Spirit's like, but I told you it wasn't. So there are major lessons this month that, if you allow yourself to be guided, and if you allow yourself to surrender to what spirit wants to show you, right? And to where it is the spirit is leading you, you're going to come out of this self-destructive chaotic energy, because this energy that a lot of you are in, it's really a lot of people think that hurting yourself or self-inflicting yourself or whatever is just like physically like cutting yourself, or smoking cigarettes or whatever it is. It's like or like drinking, or doing drugs or anything like that. There's a lot of ways that are more acceptable to society, that we self harm ourselves, right? That we self inflict these things into ourselves, right? And one of them is very simple, with the connections that we choose to have, the way that we connect to others, the way that like, it's almost kind of like you you are attaching yourself to people or to situations to feel validated, to feel like you have a voice, to feel like you're yourself. And again, some of you are like listening at me and you're like, oh no, that's not me. And that's perfectly fine. Then that means that this reading is not for you at this moment in time. This is for those that are getting to that point, that they're getting to a point where they are fed up with looking outside of themselves for something that is already inside of them. This is for those that are willing and are searching for a way to begin that internal work within themselves, right? Because it's almost kind of like, again, this energy of like needing a hug, this energy of feeling love, this energy of feeling of like you belong, this energy of feeling like you finally found your place in this world is what you have been searching for. But you have been searching for it outside of you, right? Whether it is through your job, whether it is through hobby, whether it is through another person, and really ignoring. And like, as I'm saying this, I'm like really holding back my freaking tears because I'm in a lot of pain right now. Like, so it feels like it literally feels like someone has their hand up my, like up my chest, like into my heart, like literally from like this angle. So like, you see where my snake is like this eye, like somebody put their hand in there and it's like grabbing my heart and it's like squeezing it so hard where it's like extremely freaking painful. And again, there is this energy where for a lot of you, that's how you feel. You feel like somebody is like squeezing the out of your freaking heart. Like there is almost kind of like nothing there left. Like, how am I going to recover from this? How am I going to, excuse me, how am I going to find myself, or how am I going to find my voice again? That is the energy that I'm picking up for you guys this month. So there is, and again, because I keep on hearing this, like, oh, that's not me, that's not me. And again, if that is not you at this moment in time, if this is something that you have already experienced, then maybe the reason why you're watching this video is to hold space for those that are going to start that path, that are going to start that inner work. Because again, when we're in those deep shadow area, we need as much support as we can get. So maybe you're just here to lend your spiritual hand to those that are walking into the space. So let's go ahead and let's see, Libra. Anything else that Libra needs to know, Spirit? Some of you are really afraid of using your voice, or like not wanting confrontations with others. So a lot of you allow a lot of things to fly, like pass, or like you don't confront things when people make you uncomfortable, whatever it is. But then at the same time, you end up, excuse me, you end up feeling hurt, or feeling sad, or feeling angry because your voice wasn't heard. But your voice wasn't heard because you never activated, you never said anything. You never told somebody that something made you feel a certain way. You never told any, like you never spoke out on something. So when something manifests, or when somebody acts a certain way, or when somebody says something, it's like, yeah, I get it that you can be upset over what they said, over whatever they did, but it's like, did you communicate what your needs were prior to this happening? Because that is where the key is when it comes to you guys. Like, you tend to keep your mouth shut a lot, and then you want to go ahead and get mad at somebody because they did something or said something that you don't agree with, or something that you perceive in a different way. But it's like, this person may have done or said whatever they did or said not intentionally to hurt you, because they just didn't know that it was something that would bother you. Let's go ahead and see, what is the advice for Libra during this month, Spirit? What is the advice for Libra? What is the advice for Libra, Spirit? What is the advice? What is the advice for Libra? Tower, unplug and relax for a spell. Number 3. Give me a second. It is time to, all right, it is time you look, wait, it's not look. It is time you take a step back and spend some quality time with your own true best friend, yourself. Look up some yoga videos on YouTube. Try out guided meditation. Read a book from a genre you might not usually read. Take a morning stroll around your neighborhood and discover places you've never been before. When we take the time to recharge, we're paying the greatest respect to ourselves. So again, this energy of what you're walking into, what it is that you're going to be facing, what it is that you're, that shadow space that you're going to is going to be, I'm not gonna lie and I'm gonna be like, oh, it's gonna be all flowers and butterflies. No, you're gonna feel like you're in the trenches while you're in it. You're gonna feel like you're trying to climb yourself out of like this muddy, huge ass hole that you you threw yourself in. But at the end of it, if you really allow spirit to guide you through it, you're going to be so grateful that you did. Because honestly, when you start to face those aspects of yourself, when you start to do that work, is when things really start to change for you. Well, guys, as always, thank you for your love and support. Thank you for liking, sharing, subscribing to the channel. And if you haven't done so, go ahead and do so. We would love to have you. Sending every single one of you love, strength, and blessing, guys. Love you all. Bye bye.